Charlamagne, say the gang, dunk it of the day. Charlamagne.
You are a donkey.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
Donkey of the Day does not discriminate. I might not have the song of the day, but I got the donkey of the day.
So if you ever feel I need to be a donkey, man, hit me with the heat.
Yeah, it's the Breakfast Club, bitches. Who's Donkey of the Day today? Donkey of the Day for Thursday, October 20th goes to Sergeant Hugh Barry, a police officer who had never fired his gun on duty during his 8 years with the NYPD. A police officer who was stripped of his badge and weapon after shooting and killing 66-year-old Deborah Danner. Well, if you haven't heard, Deborah Danner is a 66-year-old woman from the Bronx who suffers from schizophrenia. Was she armed? Yes, with a pair of scissors and a baseball bat. A 66-year-old woman armed with scissors and a baseball bat. Two things you do not bring to a gunfight, so that simply doesn't matter. Did Sergeant Hugh Barry have options? Absolutely, because he had a taser he decided not to use. Another option was a question raised by Deborah Danner's cousin, was why didn't they lock her inside the apartment until the EMS came? Either one of those options would have been fine, and Deborah Danner would probably be alive today, but nope. Sergeant Hugh Barry decided to bust his gun and murder 66-year-old Deborah Danner. Let's go to NBC4 New York for the official report, please.
Marching through the streets of Castle Hill, dozens called out for justice for the 66-year-old gunned down inside her apartment Tuesday by an NYPD officer.
This is just another event where the police uses their excessive force.
Deborah Danner had suffered for years with schizophrenia. Police had responded to her home numerous times because of her mental illness. That's why critics say the sergeant should never have opened fire.
The patrol guide specifically states that this officer should have waited for emergency services. The patrol guide specifically states that he should have used his taser.
Why didn't he use a taser? Why didn't he wait for EMS? Those are the questions inquiring minds want to know. Now, police in New York City have undergone training about the proper handling of incidents involving the mentally ill, and New York Mayor de Blasio and Police Commissioner James O'Neill both say Sergeant Hugh Barry failed to follow those guidelines that have been set in place. Now, pigs must be flying, hell must be frozen over, the sun must be rising in the west, hair must be growing in the palm of your hands, because I have never heard a high-ranking blue life say that another blue life is wrong. This is a first for me. I miss things, but I have never heard a police commissioner flat out say one of their own is wrong and that one of their own is to blame for the killing of an unarmed human being in America. But that's exactly what happened. Let's hear what Mayor de Blasio and Police Commissioner James O'Neill had to say.
I know for a fact he did receive training that involved de-escalation. From everything we know so far, there was time to wait for ESU. The shooting of Deborah Danner is tragic, and it is unacceptable.
A shooting the police commissioner quickly criticized.
What is clear in this one instance? We failed.
Wow. I've never heard that. Wow. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've never heard a Blue Life specifically say that one of their own has failed. He said we failed. Now, Sergeant Hugh Barry, you know you done effed up, right?
You done f***ed up now, you know that, Thomas.
Murder is murder, and this isn't just a mistake. This is murder. This type of negligence can't happen when you're in the position of power that police officers are in. And Sergeant Hugh Barry, you have no excuse because you have been trained specifically to prevent these things from not happening. It's a reason officers undergo training. It's a reason they want you to execute that training to a T, okay? They want you to execute what you have been trained to do, because when you don't follow proper protocol, murders like this happen. Now, as I said, Sergeant Hugh Barry has been stripped of his badge and weapon, and now criminal charges need to be pressed against him, because last time I checked, murder is a crime. Is it not?
Yes.
Absolutely, positively. Please give Sergeant Hugh Barry the biggest hee-haw, please. I'm pretty sure criminal charges will be pressed against him.
I would think so.
Absolutely.
If you can say, hey, he received the proper training, this was not protocol.
Yeah.
You're out
condolences to the family. And when you got the mayor saying that we made a mistake, whoa.
A mistake that you can't never fix.
You can't ever fix. That civil case going to be crazy. They're going to get paid a lot of money. And hopefully criminal charges get pressed against Sergeant Hugh Barry.
The Breakfast Club.